Sunrise on Salisbury Plain. Stonehenge, built 4,500 years ago. Marking the movements of the sun is at the heart of this ancient monument, with its giant stones placed in precise positions.
If you're standing at the centre here on summer solstice, the sun rises exactly in line with that stone over there. These prehistoric people went to great lengths to build this using the simple tools and technology they had at the time. But a new discovery suggests they'd tried it out before.
Just 3 miles away, archaeologists unearthed traces of a very simple structure that lined up with the sun in exactly the same way as Stonehenge. All that was left of it were 2 holes in the ground, separated by 120 metres, but it predates Stonehenge by 500 years.
Every time I come here, you go, wow.
Archaeologist Phil Harding discovered this potential Stonehenge prototype.
They were probably what we would call post pits. In other words, big pits that would take big posts. What I did, what archaeologists always do, I got my pencil and ruler and I joined them up. And I was aware that they were kind of pointing in the general direction of the sunrise on midsummer. And when I pulled back and looked at a bigger landscape, I realised that my line was exactly parallel to the same solstitial alignment at Stonehenge.
The intriguing holes in the ground were found in the village of Bulford 10 years ago. Today it's a housing estate for the army. The posts they held, thought to be between 2 and 4 metres high, have long since rotted away. But how accurately they lined up with the solstice has only now been confirmed.
One of them would be somewhere under here. Of course, we can't see anything. The archaeology is all underground now. The other one would be 120 meters that way, which is probably now in someone's backyard. The positions of sun, moon, planets and stars, they change very slowly throughout the century. So we basically need to reconstruct the sky, what it looked like exactly 5,000 years ago. Then the alignment is exactly right. It's accurately aligned to summer solstice sunrise on this end and winter solstice sunset on that end.
The artefacts found at the excavation site are being stored at Wessex Archaeology's Conservation Lab.
There we go.
It's these that have helped date the discovery.
This is an antler, but what was it used for?
That would have been the type of tool that they would have used to excavate the post pits. This is a beautiful piece of pottery, and you can see they've got these beautiful little cordons across and these little slashes.
So delicate, actually, isn't it?
But look how thin the walls are. I mean, it's just absolutely amazing. This is what we call a discoidal knife. You can see it's rounded. But what is so special about it is the workmanship that's gone into it. Maybe that discoidal shape is some sort of reference to the sun. Who knows?
Archaeologists believe there was most likely a connection between the early people of Bulford village and those who built the more elaborate Stonehenge.
The people who built Stonehenge and people who were at Bulford were early farmers. And so, their livelihoods really were connected to the seasons. And what's really interesting is that at Stonehenge and also at Bulford, you get a winter solstice alignment. Winter might have been particularly important because it's a time of year when the light is literally dying, and maybe you need to do something to evoke that return.
For Phil Harding, he says this is the best discovery of his long career.
2 post pits tell me more about the people 5,000 years ago. This tells me about the whole community. This tells me about how they were thinking, how they were behaving, how they were revering the heavens. It's not something you can hold in your hand, but it really is a find. And so, yes, it caps them all.
After thousands of years, we're still learning about Stonehenge and the landscape around it, telling us more about these prehistoric people and how they lived. Rebecca Morrell, BBC News on Salisbury Plain.